Hello, spellcasters of all shapes and sizes! My name is Chance, and welcome to my Spellbook. Thank you so much for tuning into the 29th episode of our second level spell series. Today we're going to be taking a look at a really cool spell that has some very interesting implications for the class entirely, and I'll get into that in a little bit here. Today we're going to be taking a look at Flame Blade. This spell is usable by the Druid, and it is found in the Player's Handbook. It is pretty cool. It basically is what it says it is, but there's a cool caveat to it that I haven't heard a lot of people talk about, so I'm really excited to get into that. Before we do though, let's take a quick look at its mechanics to better understand how this spell works. So its damage is pretty interesting. So it's 3 die 6 plus 1 die 6 for each 2 slot levels above second. So that means if you want to get it to 4 die 6, you have to cast it at 4th level, because 2 plus 2 equals 4. Makes sense. Great. So it's kind of weird in that way. It's the first one we've covered that works like that. The effect is as followed. Create a flaming sword. You can attack with it as an action and re-summon it as a bonus action. It also provides light. Its cast time is 1 bonus action, which is great. Range itself, which makes sense. Duration is 10 minutes, which is really nice, but it is concentration, so bear that in mind. Verbal material and somatic components. If you're curious about that material component, it is a leaf of sumac, which is a herb if memory serves, and the school's evocation, and damage type is fire, which is really good. Looking at this, not a whole lot about it that's super surprising outside of how the damage is calculated, but without further ado, let's take a look at its full description in any case. You evoke a fiery blade in your free hand. The blade is similar in size and shape to a scimitar and lasts for the duration. If you let go of the blade, it disappears, but you can evoke the blade again as a bonus action. You can use your action to make a melee spell attack with the fiery blade. On a hit, the target takes 3 die 6 fire damage. The flaming blade sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, the damage increases by 1 die 6 for each 2 slot levels above second. Whew, great. So something that I think is great about this spell in relation to the Druid is you can use this while wild-shaped, boy! That's right, that means you can become the best boy from Dark Souls. Knight Arturius' dog, whose name it's on the tip of my tongue, but I forget it. The recipe is simple. All you need is Flame Blade, wild shape into a wolf, and enlarge reduce, and you can become him. It's so cool, so great. I'm surprised no one's talked about it so far. I think it is awesome. Oh man, naturally it makes sense that there's going to be some restrictions for this. If you can't hold a sword in the animal shape you are in, it makes sense that you cannot use this to attack. I'm sorry, just kind of the way it is. But I still think it's really cool regardless. Now let's take a look at some other alternative uses here. So I think one of the cooler ones I was able to think of was how it pertains to gladiatorial combat. So if you are in a place where you've been stripped of all of your weapons, this is a great way to still have decent DPS and still mop the floor with a lot of people, as well as provide a lot of utility. I also think this would be a very cool spell to use as a signal of sorts. For example, you have your rogue hidden in a bush, your fighter hidden somewhere else, and they know that as soon as they see that light coming off your sword, it is go time, and that is what initiates combat. I think that is very clever. Outside of that, you could just use it as a way to burn things down. I think that'd be pretty cool. Once again, go into a bank, you'll get stripped, you'll get your weapons taken away from you, and then when you cast this spell, cause a big fire and loot the hell out of the place. I think that would be very, 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 very interesting, and once again, I don't really see a lot of people talking about that kind of stuff, so thought I'd bring it up. In any case, if you have any alternative ideas, uses, concepts, questions, anything like that, please put it down beneath in the comment section. And if you like that cool hand-drawn Dragonborn and you like your own hand-drawn D&D character, please check out the Guildhall to figure out exactly how to do that. That being said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, happy casting, everyone.